Ed, thank you very much. Joining me now for an exclusive interview, one of the congressmen inside that House Judiciary hearing today, Congressman Trey Gowdy. Sir, good evening. Good to have you with us tonight.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
So, you know, we heard a lot in there today, and one of the things that Jeff Sessions was trying to do was to make it very clear that he felt he played no improper role whatsoever during the campaign. You know, at one point he was grilled about whether or not he had met with the Russian ambassador. He said, you know, I never said that I had never met a Russian. I said that there was never any intention to collude or to have any kind of relationship with regards to the campaign. Do you think he persuaded the committee on that today?
I don't think he persuaded the committee because I don't think the committee is very open-minded. I think his audience was the American people, and I think they understand. Sometimes it's hard to recall the details of conversations from 12 months ago. You know, ironically, in every courtroom across the country, we have this concept called a refresh recollection, where a witness forgets something and then a lawyer will hand them a document or a photo that refreshes their recollection. We don't do that in Congress. We want to play gotcha, and if you don't remember a room that you were in 12 months ago or a person you met outside of a restaurant, we think we have a perjury case. So I don't think anybody's mind was changed because I don't think anybody went with an open mind.
In terms of the issue, the president has said that he would like the Justice Department to be more open-minded to reopening some of the investigations with regard to Hillary Clinton and with regard to Uranium One in particular. Here's an exchange with your colleague, Mr. Jordan, Congressman Jordan, on the issue of appointing a special counsel with that in mind. Watch this.
What's it going to take to actually get a special counsel?
It will take a factual basis that meets the standards of the appointment of a special counsel.
Well, we know one fact. We know the Clinton campaign, the Democrat National Committee paid for, through the law firm, paid for the dossier. We know that happened. And it sure looks like the FBI was paying the author of that document. Doesn't that warrant naming a second special counsel, as 20 members of this committee wrote you 3.5 months ago asking you to do?
So, Congressman Gowdy, do you think we're going to see a special counsel appointed by Attorney General Sessions based on what you heard today?
I don't know, Martha, but I did like his answer, which is we're going to follow the facts wherever they go. You know, Robert Mueller, it is within his jurisdiction to look at all of Russia's efforts to influence the election, and that might possibly include funding a dossier. So you wouldn't need a special counsel for that. And I think General Sessions' broader point is we don't need a special counsel for every fact pattern. You do have a Department of Justice with women and men who have dedicated their careers to the enforcement of the law, and you have 94 U.S. attorneys' offices. So while I love Jimmy Jordan, and he's a 3-time NCAA wrestling champion, so I don't like disagreeing with him, and he is a very good friend. But what I would say to Jimmy and all my other friends is special counsel is when there's a conflict of interest with the Department of Justice or all 94 U.S. attorneys. I think we all think factual predicates should be investigated if there's a basis to do so. Whether that's done by special counsel or the Department of Justice really is of no consequence to me.
You know, there's been a lot of discussion. Let me ask you about the Roy Moore situation for a moment, because there's been some speculation that perhaps Jeff Sessions would go back to Alabama, take his Senate seat back again. That would open up the Attorney General position. The president would appoint a new person. They've had their differences on things when it comes to the Russia investigation. What do you think about that?
That is the most involved fact pattern hypothetical that I have had all day long. I don't know if any of that's going to happen. I don't know if Roy Moore is going to stay on the ballot. I don't know if he's going to win. I don't know if he's going to be seated. Attorney General Sessions was I thought, really poignant today in telling me the Department of Justice is kind of his dream job. He's already been in the U.S. Senate, so I don't know what's going to happen in Alabama. I assume Attorney General Sessions is going to stay as long as the president wants him to stay. So that's my mind is not smart enough to process all those ifs.
All right. Well, one quick question on tax reform, which we just spoke about with Speaker Ryan. What do you think about the Senate proposal to include the repeal of Obamacare or the individual mandate as part of their tax reform bill?
I think I agree with everything Paul Ryan just told you, and I want to congratulate you on having a fantastic town hall with the most knowledgeable member of the House. I am going to eat dinner tonight with Tim Scott, who is my friend in the Senate and helped draft the Senate version, and I will get him to explain to me why they included that in there. I think Paul's point was was well taken, at least by me. We're going to keep that separate from what we do on the House side, but there's a reason we go to conference, and if it's in the House bill, not the Senate bill, we'll resolve all that in the conference committee.
All right. Well, Paul Ryan said compliment Trey Gowdy on his Gordon Gekko look tonight.
I'm sure he did. I'm quite sure he did.
Just thought I'd pass that along.
Yes,
Congressman Trey Gowdy, always a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Yes,
Good to see you tonight.
You too.
So also breaking this evening, the